Hi, I'm Laura, and welcome to Plant Talk, the series where I give you tips and tricks on how to take care of your favorite houseplants. So, this week we're actually going to be talking about tips and tricks for new plant owners, because I know that it can be quite daunting when you get your first plant. So, let's get right on into it. So, tip number one, make sure you do your research when you get a plant. Just don't bring one home, because if you just bring one home, you're bound to fail. You want to make sure, as a first-time plant owner, you want to get something simple, like a spider plant, a ZZ plant, or a snake plant. Those are pretty easy to take care of. You don't want to hop right in with this really difficult plant like an alocasia or along those sorts, because you're just setting yourself up for failure. Second off is you want to make sure that you have drainage in your pot. This is massively important. It is so important because as a new plant owner, you're typically likely to overwater a plant or underwater a plant. However, drainage is vital so that you eliminate one of those possibilities. You want to make sure when you're watering plants that you water them thoroughly. So that means you want to saturate all the soil. So a great way to do this is to do a combination of watering from above and watering from below. So what I typically like to do is I like to place my plant in another container. I like to fill it up and then I like to water on top. That way I get the top of the soil wet and then also the bottom of the soil soaks up from the bottom. And this allows for even saturation of the soil. And you want to make sure that you get a plant that you know will thrive with you. So if you are chronically overwatering plants or chronically underwatering plants, make sure you pick a plant that likes those conditions. So if you're really used to overwatering plants, maybe try peace lily. They like to have wet roots. If you continuously underwater plants, get a snake plant or a cacti. Those really like to dry fully out before you water them. And for my last tip of the day, lighting is everything. Do not place any of your plants in direct light. Most plants do not tolerate direct light. They like bright, indirect light. Now, these conditions obviously change a little bit, but as a general rule of thumb, no direct light. Also, low light plants does not mean no light plants. If it's low light, it still needs a light source so that it can photosynthesize. Now, those are just a few tips and tricks if you're a new plant owner. Come back every Tuesday for Plant Talk. Have a good one. Bye.